Malcolm Havard again, and it's the second of my short stories. Not First World War this time. It's a Christmas themed one. I'm part of a writing group called the Renegade Writers, based in Stoke-on-Trent, in north of England. And every year we have a Christmas get together, and we're supposed to do a Christmas themed bit of writing. And this one is vaguely Christmassy. It's called The Gift. It's bleak on the edge of most British stations. It's hard to believe these flatlands were once coveted by the railwaymen. Bought, scoured, stripped of life, and laid to fields of iron. For now they are weeping, neglected scrublands, savannas not grazed by antelope and gazelle, and ruled by the king of beasts, but unloved, littered wastes, the empire of the rat. Our train was leaving one of these uncared-for tracks when I saw her. She'd have been hard to miss anywhere, but with that backdrop in the train windows, she appeared like a vision, a rainbow set against the storm clouds. It was not that she was beautiful, though she was. No, it was much more than that. She had such style, and a style that was all her own. Her dark hair was covered in a Russian hat of grey fake fur. Her slim frame clothed in a polka-dot dress under a shaggy black coat. It might sound odd, but she had the confidence and poise to quite effortlessly make this combination work. She looked simply and understatedly stunning. She had just got on in Church Stretton. I'm sure it's a nice enough place, but let's face it, it's also a dead-end town deep in rural Shropshire, and, although I'm hardly an expert, style there goes little beyond posh wellies and Barber jackets, or the piercings and grunge uniforms of the bored, rebellious teens that lurk around the War Memorial and the late-night shops. So, how did this girl, with her dark hair and pale skin, get to be like that, coming from there? The answer was obvious. Wherever she'd come from, this young woman was going somewhere. Not just on this journey, but on a path to take her out of a little town and a little county, to make it somewhere soon in the bright lights of the big city. Given half a chance, she'd make it. Making friends and breaking a few hearts on the way, I'm sure. Given the chance. I watched her as we rattled through the countryside, carefully though, so she would not notice. I was not the only one. The rumpled, overweight, middle-aged man who had been greedily devouring a turkey, stuffing and pickle sandwich with near savage two-handed intensity had paused mid-bite when she had stepped into the carriage, and had simply gaped. Though he had gone back to his food, chewing with his mouth open, dipping his head down to alternatively bite and wipe his lips on the napkin his sandwich was rested on, his eyes rarely left her. She was apparently oblivious to this attention, staring wistfully out of the window, sipping her Red Bull, the sour, sweet aroma mingling with that of the sage, onion and sweat from the gangway. I was surprised when she rose as the train got to Shrewsbury. I thought she would ride it all the way to Manchester, but no, she was getting off there. I had to follow her. On this mid-December afternoon, it was of course already dark. I guessed that she would head for the bright lights, tinsel and carols of the shops, but instead she turned towards the dark streets, the fringes of the flatlands, the domain of the rats. Foolish girl. So foolish. No, not foolish. Innocent. Trusting, as she'd every right to be. Why should she fear walking through there? I needed to act swiftly, or I'd be too late. I hurried forward, took hold. My fingers gripped hard. It would have hurt. It was meant to. It needed to shock. Don't, I said quietly but firmly. The man looked at me, startled. He had a smear of pickle on his chin, and his breath was filled with turkey, stale beer, and desire. You had not heard me coming, but then I'm very used to stealth. What you on about, he said, and jerked his hand swiftly and guiltily out of his coat pocket. You know exactly what I mean, I said, and I could see from his eyes that he did. He swore at me, called me names, the politest being that I was a stupid old man. Still he left, shambling back towards the station. I, in the meantime, stroked my beard and watched until the girl reached the safety of the next street, passed out of darkness into the light, onto a destination, on to fulfill her potential, before I too left. I have many names, though none that the man called me by. I do not always wear red, and my gifts come in merry forms, not all of which can be wrapped. Thank you. Okay, hope you enjoyed that one. Bit of feedback would be nice. And I hope you look forward to the next one. Thanks.